I am really, really pumped. We just finished up this past weekend our third Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive workshop. And let me just express that anything you practice, you get better at. And we've been at this thing. The first Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive was in September of 2023. And we conceived of this intensive that was wrapped around the creation process. And the creation process, very simple. We've talked about it over and over on this podcast. Get clear about what you want, be certain that you can have it, let go by letting go of any doubt, and retraining your brain to live as the circumstance already exists instead of trying to create the circumstance, like create such a level of a certainty inside of your mind and body that it already exists. And third is stay committed to the process until it materializes. Guys, this is a very simple yet not always easy creation process in the world. And the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive workshop is wrapped around that concept. Now, on the first day of the workshop, we focus on helping you get really, really clear about what you want in your life. And that's in your health, in your wealth, in the impact that you have in the world, knowing that you can make a meaningful and magical difference in the world. And what do you want in the quality of your most intimate and cherished relationships? See, the reason why clarity is so important is because most people don't know what they want. They know what they're very, very clear, and they know what they don't want, and they work hard every day to not have what they don't want. But they're not living in creator mode, in creation mode. They are living in survival mode. That is a form of survival mode. When you're trying to avoid negative circumstances instead of trying to create higher level circumstances, you are literally living in survival mode. And if you don't know what you want, you're running from what you don't want instead of towards what you do want. In the first day of the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive workshop, we focus on getting clear about what we want, and we reignite the dream that's locked inside you that's been trying to get out your whole life. And on the second day, we start the process of understanding how to create certainty in your mind and body, because you have these stories, you have these worries, you have these fears, you have these doubts, you have this conditioning in your mind and body that's been running the show, and it's been keeping you small. And some of those stories are stories of insecurity and inadequacy and insignificance. Insecurity is the fear of loss. Inadequacy is the story that you're telling yourself that you're not good enough. And insignificance is the story that you're telling yourself that you don't even matter. And most people, especially people that are stuck in survival mode, have these stories running through their mind. And that's what's holding them back. That's why they don't have the wealth they want. That's why they don't have the health that they want. That's why they're not making the difference that they want in the world. This is why they don't have deep, meaningful, trusting, lasting relationships, because they're in survival mode and they're trying to avoid circumstances instead of create new ones. And lastly, we talk about commitment and what commitment means. And commitment is, you can look at your American breakfast plate. The chicken is dedicated to your breakfast, but the pig is committed. The pig is all in. The chicken comes and drops an egg every day, but the pig is all in. There's no turning back for the pig. Commitment is 100%, and 99% commitment equals 0% commitment. And it's all about going all in on what you are clear that you want. And the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop is a very powerful, very magical, very intense container to start to harness the power that's locked inside of you. And in September, we had the first one. And in November, we had the second one. And we just finished up the third one just this weekend. And it was awesome. We got 12 new students that joined our mastermind. So our mastermind basically doubled in 2023, and now we're still bringing people and enrolling people into our mastermind, because inside of the mastermind of people doing this work, that's where there's accountability, and that's where people will contribute to you, and that's where you can contribute to other people's success, and that's where love and belonging, and that's where celebration of wins and the overcoming of challenges and obstacles, that's where it really happens inside the mastermind. Because a community of accountability creates even more certainty that the results will happen with you and because of you, because you're surrounded by people doing the same work. Community matters when you're trying to create results. And when I bring people to the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop, we immediately start to form community, and from that community, you get that taste. You get that snapshot of what being in a really powerful community is all about. And that's where it starts for most people, in the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop. Now, listen, we hold these quarterly, and we just finished up one. This was our winter version. The next Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop is April 26th and 27th, right outside of St. Louis, Missouri. We're now starting to plan one for New Orleans, Louisiana in June. So stand by for details about that one. But guys, this workshop will help you understand how to create a life, design and create a life so powerful that you get excited to wake up each and every day. We talk about ikigai and the concept of taking what you love, what you're great at, what the world needs, and what the world will pay you for, and making your vocation something that you get to do, not something that you have to do, and monetizing that so that you never have to work again. We talk about creating, a business around your life and not life around your business, so you never need to escape anything. The Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop is a powerful, powerful container to really just start to really harness the best of what life has to offer. Now, listen, this wasn't always the case. We've held workshops in the past. Years and years ago, we had different workshops. I think one was the Inner Game of Wealth. We had workshops. They were good, and they got good results. But anything you practice, you get better at. And we've really fine-tuned and refined the workshop experience that we create for ourselves and we create for our students. And we're really starting to see the results and the breakthroughs and the epiphanies that people are having. Over the course of 2 days, we meditate 3 times. I start to unlock and I start to help you understand the power of meditation in creating what you want, because your mind and your body are wired perfectly for the current circumstances that you are holding on to right now. Your mind and body, the stories in your mind and the emotional patterns in your body, are perfectly designed and perfectly capable of creating the amount of wealth, the amount of success, the amount of love, the amount of health that you have right now. And if you change nothing, nothing changes. And if you don't grow, your circumstances won't grow. And when we do what I like to call creation meditation, when we start to rewire our minds and we start to rewire our bodies, we start to open up and open ourselves up to receive higher level circumstances. But that requires rewiring your brain and rewiring your body to think different thoughts, to believe different things, to feel different things. It requires a different version of you. And if you don't change, nothing changes. And in this setting, in the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop, in this setting, I get you into, and most people that come to this workshop have never meditated before. But I lead 3 meditations myself. They're not recordings. I lead 3 meditations to help you start to see the stories that are inside of you and to start to shift those stories to higher level stories that open up new levels of wealth and abundance and success and happiness and freedom in your life. And new levels of freedom in your life only become available when new levels of freedom become available inside of you. This is a very holographic world. And when you change who you are, the world that you experience changes. Sounds woo-woo as fuck, but this shit works. And in the workshop, I lead 3 meditations to just get you started on a path of developing a healthy meditation practice so that you can start to become the person capable of creating what you want in your life. I've recorded some meditations. If you want to start using those right now, I've recorded some meditations. They're available on YouTube. But there's one in particular. It's called Installing Future You. If you do that meditation every day for 30 days, you'll never be the same human being again. If you take and you create a vision for your life and for new level, higher level circumstances, getting clear about what you want, and you start to install that vision in your mind and body, you will begin to see the new circumstances show up in your life. You will begin to make new choices that align with those circumstances. Now, listen, in the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop, we do this work. I do this work with you. I have 2 associate trainers that work with me, and we teach you how to do this work. It's not just me who teaches you. I have a student body in that workshop that teaches you. And through and over the course of 2 days, we get you started on the road to creating these higher level circumstances that we've always dreamed of. And listen, I'll tell you, the work that we do is it's very aligned with some of the greatest like wisdom and books that you've ever heard in your life. If you've ever read Think and Grow Rich and As a Man Thinketh and The Science of Getting Rich and The Strangest Secret and Becoming Your Future Self Now, or Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, one of my favorites, or Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. These books all say the same thing, and they all wrap different concepts and different language around the same creation process. Get clear about what you want, become certain that you can have it by letting go of doubt, and remain committed in the process. Take inspired action, remain patient, and be ready to receive. And it will materialize. Anything you want in this world will materialize. And we begin the process of unfolding and unpacking those in your life, creating those in your life. Now, listen, I know that not everybody can get to a Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop right outside of St. Louis or even in New Orleans. And this podcast has been listened to on 6 continents and 53 countries and almost 1,050 cities around the world. So not everybody can make the trek to St. Louis. Not everybody can make the trek to the US. But if you go to our website, www.innerwealthglobal.com, on the front page is our Choose Your Destiny full video course, and it's absolutely free. And it mirrors the work that we do in the workshop. It mirrors the work. It has 2 exercises for the process of getting clear, 2 exercises for attaining certainty, and 2 exercises for creating commitment in your life. And it also includes 12 videos. It has the same workbook that we use in the workshop, and it connects you to the meditation Installing Future You, which allows you to actually put this work into process and into practice. Now, I've seen this work, and I've seen this work move the needle, not just in my life. This is the work that moved the needle in my life, but I've seen it move the needle in other people's lives. And the thing that solidifies and the thing that sustains the results that we make for ourselves and with each other is a community of people doing the same work. And that's what the Inner Wealth Mastermind is all about. That's what this podcast is all about. It's creating community and inviting you into my community and creating that container, these containers that allow us to do this work together, to support each other, to encourage each other, to inspire each other, to cheerlead each other. And in my mastermind, to share resources and to share solutions that help us create new levels of health and wealth and impact and success and love. Listen, we all have some basic needs in this world. We all want to experience more of what the world has to offer, whatever that looks like. For each person, it's different. We all want more variety. We want to experience more things, that more materials, more experiences, more adventure, more wealth, more time freedom, more financial freedom. We all want to experience more of what life has to offer, more variety. We want community. We want to feel like we belong with a group of people. We want to feel loved and supported by a group of people. We want to grow. We want to grow ourselves, and we want to grow together with somebody and with a community. And we want to contribute. We want to contribute in the lives and the success of other people. We want to make a meaningful difference in the world. We want to show up with people and do life with people. And in a powerful community of people doing the exact same work, that's where you're going to find the glory and the magic in all of this work. So whether it be the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshop, where you're doing it with 40, 50 other people, whether it be in the video course, whether you're doing it alone, and then maybe from there coming into our podcast group, the Inner Wealth Podcast Facebook group on Facebook, where we commune together, and every Friday I hold a free video call, free half-an-hour video call to unpack that week's episode. In the Inner Wealth Mastermind, you get to actively show up each and every week in multiple calls, go on retreats with people to cool places, to actually share dreams, share ambitions, share wins, share challenges, and share life together. We all want to win. And when you finally realize that you can't just win on your own, when you win with other people, you accelerate the wins. You accelerate the gains. And there's an African proverb, and it's on the website on my mastermind page. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. And that's what this work is all about. It's about taking the power of the creation process, clarity, certainty, and commitment, putting it into practice every day, and doing that work with a group of other people doing the same exact work. Listen, for the last few months since we started the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive Workshops, with the next one coming up in April 26th and 27th, ever since we started these workshops, our business has grown, our impact has grown, our success has grown as a unit, and so has the success of the Inner Wealth Mastermind. As new students come in and they see the magic that we've built inside the Inner Wealth Mastermind, as new students come into the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive and convert into the Inner Wealth Mastermind, everyone has been winning. And when you form an environment of winners winning, then you stop focusing on not losing, or you stop focusing on losing. And isn't that what we all want? We want a good a level of certainty that we can succeed, that we can grow, that we can contribute, that we can belong. And I'm inviting you into the next step, whatever that is for you, the next step with Inner Wealth Global. Listen, if you're sitting on the outskirts, join the Facebook group, the Inner Wealth Podcast Facebook group. If you're sitting on the outskirts, especially if you're in the United States, come to the next Choose Your Destiny Vision intensive workshop on April 26th and 27th. If you've been to a workshop, and I know there's listeners that have been to a workshop. If you've been to a workshop, you understand the power of this work. Take the next step in the Inner Wealth Mastermind. Come take a step with us. Come take a step with us and commit to a higher level of circumstances in your life. But if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. And if you're listening to this, it's because you're hungry for more. And until you change, nothing will change. Take another step with us. If you're a loyal listener, and I've got a lot of loyal listeners in this podcast, it's in your best interest, not just mine. It's in your best interest to take another step. I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to challenge you. Are you ready to take that next step and commit to your circumstances? Or are you just going to keep saying that you're committed, keep saying you want more, and do nothing different to actually create it? Commitment is in your actions, not your words.